Good morning and welcome back to K24 This Morning. My name is Mungala Mbuvi. It's time for us to discuss your relationships. And today we are discussing something quite interesting. We're focusing on the men, how to get a man and keep him. So I am joined by Esther Hadassah, a gospel minister, Robert Burali, a life coach, and Chigogo Mkamburi. I call her a noisemaker because that's all I see when I go to her social media pages. So karibuni tena sana. Hadassah, always a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
Arbi, mambo bro.
Niko salama sana.
Hiyo saa kuanga nao last time. Hii solo wapi Dubai?
Ziko mingi.
Ziko kadhaa.
Ziko kadhaa.
And of course, Chigogo, how are you doing?
Wow, Mbuvi. Like that is the only introduction you deem fit.
But you're a noisemaker.
It's okay.
You're already making noise.
And yeah, it's true. I only eat and gossip.
I saw you. Actually, I was looking at a video you made. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? You're just like, like, okay, do you take glucose 24/7?
I don't. Okay.
Are you on whiskey 24/7?
No, but then would you even know that I talk that much unless you've watched the kind of things I do?
Yeah, but see now I'm seeing. So
I'm very chill. I'm actually a very, very
chilled out chick.
person, yes.
All right, so let's start with you now that you're there. Are you dating? Are you married?
No, I'm not dating and I'm not married yet.
Why? Okay, are you seeing someone? Because you know sometimes...
No. Solo dolo.
Solo dolo. Why?
Not just life. Like whatever situation I had, iliisha much.
Oh, you had a situation?
Yes. There was a certain situation.
What do you mean situation? Because you know situation can be anything. Maybe you are cohabiting with a married man.
No.
Maybe.
for the record, I think married men are very boring.
Oh.
So yes, I would
so
never.
This is something you're speaking from experience?
Not from experience. It's just that who wants to be stuck with someone who keeps referring to their wife after every 5 minutes that, oh, by the way, Ruth amepiga, watoi sijui amefanya nini. Those are situations I would never put myself in.
All
yes.
right.
So I'd rather just be with my own man, build with him.
Right.
But for now, yeah, it's like
nice.
God is talking in my eardrums.
So God suddenly is now talking to you to keep off married men.
Not
so
married men. Oh God. Well,
Arbi, what do you think about the new studio before we get to the main topic? Yeah. What do you think about the new studio? How is it?
It's a fantastic studio.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of work has been done.
Yeah.
It just has a nice feel, to be honest with you. And whoever did this job, kudos to them.
Because I see you're very comfortable in that seat.
Absolutely. I'm staying here until 4. Yeah. Just get my lunch together.
Just know after 9, akuna chai. Just know.
As long as kuna kuku. But it's a fantastic studio.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Arbi, tell me, getting and keeping a man. A lot of women are saying, like what she's saying, because what I get from her is that she was in a situation. Clearly it was with a single man, but it's a situation.
Right.
For me, I get the fact that she's saying that men, sometimes we are difficult to handle. Yeah. Is it so?
Yes and no. Just like ladies can be difficult to handle as well. But the problem is, I think, what many ladies, the mistake they do, is that they try to keep a man based on their friend's story.
Okay.
They try to keep a man based on what they have seen on social media. You want to attract the man with your hips. And you said the hips don't lie.
All right.
Because you've seen some lady who showed her hips on Instagram or Facebook.
Right.
Had a lot of likes.
Okay.
And comments from men. But those men are commenting for bed gymnastics, not for marital bed. So you want
bed gymnastics?
Yes. You want to drink champagne, but you're coming with a changa budget. So you just got to understand who you are first. The most attractive woman to a man is a woman who understands who she is really, not based on what other people think or what society or the trend directs you to.
All right.
But a woman who understands who she is, her space, her identity, let me tell you, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Every man will be attracted to that kind of woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. The coach has spoken. It depends on what you're looking for in this particular person. But Esther, nimeona ulikuanga na etiti fulani Arbi akibonga. But now that you are looking at the lights, what do you think about them? First of all, Tuanziapo.
Wow, this place is beautiful.
It's beautiful, yeah?
It's very nice.
Okay.
It's cozy and you just feel at home. So
yeah, because I can see you're already comfortable. You're like, oh my God.
Hata kama vile Robert amesema, hata pia mimi naweza kaa hapa mpaka usiku.
Are you in the marketing department?
Yes, I am. I have to floss because I'm feeling my space right now.
Yeah.
But Esther, getting and keeping a man. There's a time we had a discussion as to what women are looking for in men. And one thing that came out, sana sana ni do. Money. that translates to security, apparently. But you tell me, when you're looking to get a man and to keep a man, what exactly is it that you're looking for?
Hey, but we cannot go to the place where we say ati pesa ndio itakuwa security. Pesa is not security.
Okay.
Because if that man doesn't have the right character, then hata ukiwa na pesa ngapi, that money will not give you happiness. That's what they say.
Right.
That money can't give you happiness. So for me, I think as a woman, from my perspective, the most important thing for me is a person who has the fear of God in them.
Okay.
Because when you have the fear of God in them, then you know how to treat your partner right. You know
but what's his name? Pastor Njenga has the fear of God, but I don't know if the character and the fear of God.
Pastor Njenga ni mgani tena?
Yule wa kufunga vitu za wanaume.
I think he means Pastor Nganga.
Yule wa kufunga vitu za wanaume.
So what did you ask? What did you ask again?
He clearly, being a man of God, he must be having the fear of God.
Okay.
But I don't know if his character...
And I don't want to talk about Pastor Nganga here, but I would say that, you know, for the respect and honor of his office here, I wouldn't talk about him, because even me as a servant of God, I wouldn't want anybody to put me on the spot and talk about me. But, well said, yeah? It's not just... you know, when you say fear of God, it's an ambiguous word. So let me narrow it down to a person who has understood who they are, their identity. Because me as a person, I would like a person to also understand my identity. Because when they understand my identity, they know my purpose. So, tukija tukiwa wawili, then we are not fighting over something, that is not there. If Robert is, for example, a coach, and I am getting hooked up with Robert, I need to understand what he's pursuing in life. Because if I stand in the way of what he's pursuing, then I'm no longer attractive to him. Because now I am an obstacle for him to meet his purpose and for him to do his stuff. So, ukianza kujielewa, when you have understood yourself, then you become attractive.
Chigogo, have you understood yourself?
Of course. But you see, Mbuvi, I think there's a problem with something you said. How do you keep a man? Men are human beings. They're not animals. You cannot keep a man. You cannot keep someone who does not want to be kept.
All right.
You know, and I think that's where most of us are going wrong. The only way you would keep someone is if A, they are dead.
Okay.
Or, because mtu haoni, haski, hafanyi nini, it's just a corpse. So I'm keeping this person.
But if I come to you and assuming you're dating Burale and I see Burale is wearing that sharp suit, I'll tell Burale, I see your woman is keeping you well.
That is the biggest issue that people have. And I think this mentality needs to change.
All right. How so?
It is not me. The only person who's being kept right now is a man who is anafugwa na sugar mommy.
All right.
Au ndo tunaweza tumia hiyo term tuseme by the anaekwa. But if it's a very, you know, two human beings who have come together and decided, let's do this thing called life. One, you cannot keep someone who does not want to be kept. And two, if I decide to advise him and tell him, babe, I think this suit looks sharp on you, that is my advice. And he has the free will to say, oh, okay, nitava ama sitava. But it's not, let's not have this misconception that it's the woman. Ati no na boss watu wa kitambi siku hizi nika unalishwa. Hapana. Yeye mwenyewe anaamua kukula. If the woman wants to cook and this man wants to consume, it has nothing to do with this man kuwekwa.
I think I understand why you might be single.
No.
We'll get to that in a minute.
You don't. But I'm just naongea tu ukweli.
All right. We'll get to that in a minute. Robert, and there's something you said, because we were together last week. We're talking about bromance.
Yes.
And we were talking about women understanding the men. And so men are dynamic. Just like women are dynamic, but our dynamism sometimes is misunderstood, especially when we need to get out there and hustle. And a lot of women by this, tunakosani hapo na tunawachani hapo. Because I'm out there trying to make money for you so that you can make your hair, you can have the cosmetics and so on and so forth. Do you think that sometimes our hustle is our biggest weakness and probably even our biggest problem when it comes to having women in our lives?
Absolutely, because sadly, society has told us to compete. That if your wife, me and you are boys and we live maybe in the same area, if your wife has Brazilian weave, I cannot come with my wife who was synthetic. So then I'm forced to go out there, and I don't agree with that actually, but that's what society has made.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. So I need to go there and try to make things work, and sometimes even go away from your line of purpose. And every time you go away from your line of purpose, you start toiling. And then you get frustrated. And then when you feel like maybe your wife is not appreciating, then you get pissed off. Then you start shouting at each other. Not realizing the problem is not the woman, but it's actually you trying to make it work so much based on what society expects, that it makes you move away from your line of purpose, which brings fulfillment. And then you get frustrated. So anything small, you make a mountain out of a molehill. And then that relationship breaks.
Okay.
Yes. And we end up blaming the women sometimes. Or if it's the other way around, the woman blames the man. Yeah.
Hadassah, you've obviously in your living experience, in your lifetime, you've dated. What is the biggest problem you've had the few times you've walked away from a man? Why have you walked away from that particular individual?
Well, I think it's just what you see at the beginning is not what you see in the middle. So you meet somebody, and then there's this package that you see. And that's where we get it all wrong. If you're going to be attracted by the outer package, and then you expect something to commensurate the outer package later on, that won't happen. And then also meet people and then expect them to change along the way. That's impossible. As ladies, one thing we just need to realize is that you cannot change somebody, just like she was saying. You can't keep somebody kama mbuzi ama ng'ombe. You understand? And you cannot change somebody. So if you meet Robert the way he is today, that's exactly what you should expect for the rest of your life, unless Robert is willing to change. So I would say that many times as we meet them, and then we expect that they are going to morph. There's going to be a metamorphosis, you know. In 2 years, I think he's going to be looking like this, and he's going to be talking like this, and then he's going to be eating different. And I think he'll also stop snoring, and then I think he'll be shaving his beard differently. And I think even this haircut might change. Then you start even adjusting things in his wardrobe. You can adjust this outer package, but you cannot adjust what is inside that person. And what is inside is what normally comes out on the outside. So as much as you try to put him in a good suit, give him a good clean shave, and make him look like what you want, it will soon tear apart. So you, kama umekutana naye akiwa vile yuko, just know that this is how I'm going to work with this person for the rest of the time that I'm with them. And don't expect worse, don't expect better, unless something happens to them inside and they realize, Allah, yani nimekuwa mshenzi hivi. So now I want to change. You understand? Unless it's them having that encounter of wanting to change who they are. But you coming as a girl and thinking, I'm going to change this one. Ataka kama ule wa mkaburu. You understand? Because sometimes that's what we think because I've seen Robert looking like this, so now what I'm going to do, even me, I'm going to have my jama become exactly like the way Robert is. You know, I'm going to start wearing like Robert, avae miwani, aanze kunyoa hiyo kitu hapa.
Unfortunately, it happens a lot.
Yes, it does.
In a relationship, I don't know, Robert, if you've experienced it, but sometimes, and probably Mkamburu, you've done this, you tell your boyfriend or husband or whatever, your klande, you tell him, babe, mbona usianze kungara kama best yako Robert?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm not a statistic.
Before ujibu Mkamburu, ngoja kidogo. Kindly text us on 21222 and let us know if, as a man, if you've experienced, first of all, what these guys are saying. You can also give us that call. Definitely appreciate to hear your thoughts on this. And on Twitter as well, you can find us at K24 TV. Just let us know your situation shape, if you have one, just like Chigogo said. And Chigogo will come back to you now. In your experience of dating, the few times or the many times, I don't know.
The few times.
That you've walked away from a dude. Why have you left this person?
Most of the time, it's actually been, what do they say? This thing that you should not be parallelly yoked.
Yes, unequally yoked.
Unequally yoked. Yes, it's.
What does that mean?
That their vision and my vision are two different things. So. And I think some of these things, these mistakes, I wish I knew. Things I know now, like especially in my early 20s. There's so much I did.
Mistake moja, for example,
that thing of trying to prove yourself to someone. That now I like you, Mbuvi.
Yes.
And if you to tell me by the way, I don't like your hair, I don't like this, I will not do it because nimeona hiyo kitu imeni affect, I'll do it to try and keep you around.
Okay.
As much as I can, for as long as I can, to overstretch that period. If, let's say, it gets to a point I have to disrespect myself.
Okay.
Just to accommodate your standards.
Wow.
And that happens to so many people. You know that this person is not treating me right, or maybe I'm not getting what I'm supposed to get, I'm not giving what I'm supposed to give, but because probably A, you fear being alone, or B, you fear losing that person.
Yes.
So that's when we come up with this thing of even ndo unaeka mwanaume,
yes,
ama even ndo utaeka huyo madam konae.
Okay.
But eventually, as you know, you grow older, you realize there's only so much you can do. Seriously. And if the two of you are not on the same page, you're not walking the same pace, two people cannot walk together lest they be agreed.
We have a Lucy from Nairobi. Lucy, hello.
Hello.
What is your comment or a question?
Oh, my question is, hello, nauliza.
Uliza.
Like, niko kwa relationship.
Yes.
Na the relationship, kuna msichana anapiga simu.
Okay.
Yeah, anasema ati he knows my man.
He knows your man in what capacity?
Yeah, like ni kama wako together, and when I ask my man,
yeah,
anasema ati ni muignore tu. And nikiangalia bado simu ya my man, kwa sent zake messages, naona pia anamwambia ignore me.
Okay. So
ananitusi. Anaongea shit.
So anaongea, your boyfriend is talking to another woman.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Lucy.
Yeah, so the girl is the one telling me na mimi ndo nimeekwa.
Yes. All right, Lucy, thank you very much. Robert. Lucy. Lucy anasema she's in a relationship with this man, but this man seems like he's double dealing with another woman. Yeah.
If they're not married, let her put her feet on her shoulder and run. Basically, she has discovered that the man is also disrespecting her with this other woman.
Right.
So he's playing both of them. It's as simple as that. If they're married, they need to go for counseling as soon as yesterday.
Okay.
But I think what they need to do is actually put the man on the spot, both ladies.
Yes.
Because he's telling this woman, it's called Lucy?
Yeah,
that
Lucy
ignore
is
that
the
one,
caller.
and then telling the other lady, ignore Lucy. So the man is just playing both of them, really.
Yeah.
And I don't even think Lucy should be worried by asking too many questions. That man is not Santa Claus.
Hadassah, clearly Lucy sounds very naive. I don't know, I could be wrong. But anasema, aliniambia, alafu nikiangalia kwa simu, anamwambia, ani ignore.
Yeah.
As in the signs are there.
Of course. You know, the thing is...
What's wrong with Lucy?
What Lucy needs to admit is what my sister here said, that you know, ikitu unajaribu you are trying to please somebody at the expense of your own joy.
We have
and
a
your
Victor.
happiness.
Just a second. We have a Victor. Victor, good morning.
Morning.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good.
Kindly speak up, kidogo. So what is your comment or question?
Nilikuwa nauliza about my woman, kwa sababu kuna vitu zingine ya kwanza kufanya.
Hello, Victor.
Yes.
It seems that you're having a bad connection. Kindly just call back again, eh? All right. We have Joshua as well. Joshua, good morning.
Morning, Buvi.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm well in Kirinyaga. A quick contribution.
Yes.
I think this whole business of how to get a man, how to keep a man, how to maintain a man is an overrated debate.
Is it?
I think it's overrated. I think relationships are not topical such that the running of a relationship cannot be based on a textbook understanding.
Okay.
The basic tenets of any human relationship is such that there has to be mutual benefit from both sides.
Right.
What keeps a relationship is what I see and what I get in you, vis-a-vis what you get from me and how you benefit from me.
Okay.
So for as long as a woman is able to keep the man wanting for something from them, be it physical, emotional, or psychological support, and the man keeps the same going to the other side,
right,
I think that strikes a very natural equilibrium between the two of them staying together. Otherwise, I pity our young women who go out reading books, journals, and Googling and YouTube on how to maintain a man. Yes, they are missing out on doing the basics. Then it will not work. So I think our life coach there, a gentleman I admire a lot, I think very, very brave and very intelligent.
Yes.
Let our women just do the right thing so that even if I stray off from the relationship,
right,
I find myself outside the domain of my wife, I'll come back and I'm like, hey, there's something I've been getting from that I don't get from the other lady.
Joshua.
No, yes, movie.
I hear you, and
Yes,
a response is coming in a minute. Sawa. All right, I understand we have a caller from Mombasa. Hello.
Hello, Mbuvi.
Habari yako kaka Braza, David?
Nzuri sana, habari yako. I'm such a fan of you and Kaisani and the other guy.
Karibu sana.
Now, my question is, in this kind of relationships,
right.
Yeah, my biggest problem is when you are married, you are married and you're still in a relationship.
Okay.
A married relationship, right?
Yes.
If there's a better word than that, you can tell me.
Okay.
But I need to understand, why would a woman you have married for many years leave you?
Carry on, David.
Because you've lost your job.
Okay. Sawa, David. I hear you. Thank you very much. All right. So let's start. First of all, you were answering Lucy. Yeah. Lucy had a valid point where she says she thinks she's been being played, and let's agree, she's been played.
Yes.
It's up to her to open her eyes and move on.
And move on. That's
right.
correct.
Just like RB said.
Yeah.
But RB, the other guy, Joshua, he did mention you in his statement, and he was saying that it's just an equilibrium, it's an understanding, and so on and so forth. What do you have to tell him?
Yeah, Joshua's made a lot of sense. There is no textbook way in how to keep a man.
Right.
But there are, of course, what I call foundational issues that cut across board.
Right.
Yes, and I'll tie that with what David has just said, is when you come together, what do you come together for?
All right.
Because he said, if as long as your wife is, or your woman is giving you what you need, you don't have a reason to go out.
True.
So that goes back to the beginning,
right.
the A before you get to the E. And that is now, see, David was left. Maybe that woman got together with David because he had a good job.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
So when the job was taken away, she had no reason to stay.
Right.
And then I go back to what Madam Hadassah said. When you come together, and also what she said, you have to understand who you are. The visions of a man and a woman may be different,
right.
and are different, but must intertwine.
Chigogo, would you leave a man because of their financial situation?
That depends. It depends with the tempo that was set, the beginning of the relationship.
So you're not saying no, basically.
I'm not saying no, and I'm not
you
even.
Can actually leave me
I'm
because
not.
of
Listen,
my employment
I'm
situation.
not blaming that one who was that one who left the man because he was fired. It just means the precedence that he set was, I will spoil you. It was all superficial.
Okay.
So the lady did not see anything.
Are you actually blaming the man in this?
Yes.
But we can't blame the man
I'm blaming
entirely.
No.
She's saying that the reason why, as I approached you and I showered you with all these gifts, so now that I'm not doing it anymore, you're like, okay, so
you did not manage my expectations.
Right.
So I saw that at face value, and I was like, this is a handsome man. He looks rich, and that is what he
drives
sold
a
me.
Mercedes.
A Mercedes, and that's what I want. I want to look flashy, have that Brazilian hair. When I go for the chamas, I'm like, bele nimefika. And he is the one who did that to me.
All right.
So when that witch attracted me to him, unfortunately, was all that flashy lifestyle. Like, I want to go eat crocodile meat in Uganda. We fly into Uganda. I want to shop in this fancy. Yes, we're going. So what happens when now I'm reduced to shopping at Gikomba?
Wow.
Do you think how am I explaining that to people who knew that my lifestyle is here, and then all of a sudden I'm here? So that attractive thing Kwisha.
I can see.
Actually, for me,
no, I need to defend the boy. I need to defend the boy child here.
What she has said is valid, and it applies to both parties.
All right.
She has said a very.
Hadassah, you agree?
No, I'm not agreeing.
I'm saying it's valid.
I'm saying it's valid, but it does not necessarily mean I agree to it. It's valid because it cuts across. Many girls are falling into that place where they are going for the physical attraction and the material things that are coming with it, and then the men also. We're finding men. Yes, we're finding men Mungala who want to even go and borrow loans, drive big cars from Amanda Kaomba, where you've taken Robert's car, you are driving it for Saturday so that you look good to that lady.
Let's take a short break, guys. We pick it up from there. We take a short break. Remember, you can call us, you can tweet us, you can Facebook us, and you can also SMS us on 21222. It's all about getting and keeping a man, but however, this has taken a different tangent because Chigogo here has said, mi ukikuja na do, ukibichwa na do, ninakuacha. So we pick it up from there when we come back.